great.
you. I can't, I'm speechless right now. Ladies, you didn't know Kenneth Cole was coming. How do you feel?
A legend.
A legend. Thank you so much for coming in. I'll tell you, I was thinking on the way into work today, I remember the first time I really thought I had arrived in life. 1995-ish, I bought my first pair of Kenneth Cole shoes.
Oh, you were the one.
I was the one. And I remember thinking, I've made it, right? I cashed that check and I felt so official.
Nice. Thank you.
And then I got to know your story. It started in a trailer and you selling like bootstrap, as we say.
I couldn't really afford a showroom. So on a whim, I had a friend in the trucking business. I said, if I could figure out how to park one of your 40-foot trailers on the corner of 6th Avenue, 56th Street, would you lend it to me? He said, sure, jerk, you can't park a bicycle for 10 minutes, let alone a 40-foot trailer for 3 days. But if you can figure it out, I'll help you decorate it. I called the mayor's office. How do I get permission to park a truck? The answer is, son, you don't. It's New York. Only if you're a utility company or if you're producing a full-length motion picture, because we're going through an I Love New York campaign then, we probably still are today.
Yeah.
So I changed the name of the company from Kenneth Cole to Kenneth Cole Productions, Inc.
Okay.
Filed for a permit the next day to shoot a full-length motion picture called The Birth of a Shoe Company.
Oh.
And we opened for business on December 2nd. We had models who became actresses, and we had a director, and sometimes there was film in his camera, sometimes there wasn't. And we saw every buyer in New York. The more important they were, the longer we made them wait. And we sold 40,000 pairs of shoes in 2 days.
Gosh. Wow. When you drive by that intersection, do you get chills sometimes reflecting on it?
Yeah, you do, but you can't look back. You really, I mean, this business is so hard. What these ladies are going through is so extraordinary, by the way. I mean, 60% of new businesses don't survive the first year. You've got to reinvent yourself all the time, and you're only as good as you are relevant. Every day I have to prove myself.
Well, this is an opportunity for these amazing designers to hear from one of the best. I know you've been backstage, you've been watching, and you have some feedback for them. First up, we have Sarah Jameson, who makes custom bridal apparel, gowns, suits, and also upcycles vintage clothing.
That's a big deal. That moment when a woman walks down the aisle is one she'll never forget. So she may forget who she walked with, but she she won't forget what she was wearing. And so I think I love the business you're in. I love that you're making it very personal the way you are.
Yeah.
And I think it's extraordinary. So,
I love it. I love it. Next up, Sierra Cheyenne. She served up the elevated staples with incredible color.
You know, I've always believed that the clothes should make the person look great. And if I've done my job, somebody will say, boy, you look great, not where did you buy your clothes? And and I think you've done that. I think the clothes really make the women look special. And that's the goal and the objective. And color is harder, but it's very impactful, obviously.
It is.
I love when you can do it well.
I love that. Third designer, Karika. She made the incredible tan dress that I wore, a gorgeous keepsake. Her goal, Kenneth, is to make sure that when you wear it, it lasts forever, that it's not fast and in and out of your closet, that you want to keep it in the closet, like my Kenneth Cole shoes from the 90s.
You have to earn a space in people's already private closets. And you have to tell it, hey, you have a great story, you have to tell it well, and you have to tell it over and over again. So, and I think your stories are amazing.
Aren't they beautiful?
This platform you've given them to tell it is something you should be awarded for. So.
Thank you. And then we have Shari, our jewelry designer, in a unique space, much like yourself, a pioneer, if you will, in this industry of luxury jewelry design.
I think what you're doing, Shari, is amazing. And I hate that you brought us all to tears the way you did. But there's a fine line between fine jewelry and fashion jewelry, and I think you've threaded it well.
Thank you.
And somebody isn't spending money, in fact, but in fact, they're investing money.
What was one of the most stressful experiences you had as an up-and-coming designer, other than not being able to pay for the space that you're trying to put up your shop in?
I mean, you don't know if you're going to be in business tomorrow. You don't know if you can pay your rent the next day. And every day is stressful. And you got to manage your stress, and you got to find energy in it somehow and find strength in it. But it's an extraordinary destination. But the journey it's all about the journey. And you've got to organize and and focus.
Well, here we are with them. I ask designers from around the country to submit their designs. As I said, people stop me on the street all the time saying, I want to dress you one day. They turn their words into action, and they sent in their clothes. I ended up in their clothes, and now they're in front of Kenneth Cole, which is major. So, before we wrap up the show, what is your advice for them, the great Kenneth Cole?
I think you just have to make what you do meaningful. You have to make it meaningful to you. You have to make it meaningful to your audience. Heel heights will come and go. Hem lengths will change. But if you can connect with what's on the mind, not just what's on the body, and what they stand for, not just what they stand in, you'll build a sustainable business.
Oh. Thank you, Kenneth Cole. Thank you. I just want to thank each and every one of you for submitting your designs. I hope that people will see you shine. It's why we have these platforms. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I know that you are going to rock the world. People go to our social media site to see all of their designs, all of what they have available. We have the information on each and every one of them, their backstories. Please go to TamronHallShow.com. I advise you now to start buying your pieces because I'm going to buy up everything that you've seen on our